Good afternoon, and what's one of the most cooked things in a camp oven? Today on Cooking with Heavy Metal, we're going to be doing the roast beef and vegetables with, of course, crispy potatoes and gravy that's made on flour. It's probably one of the most common things cooked in the camp oven. So it's 101 camp oven lesson today, and we will show you the rolled beef and how we get the veggies good. So first of all, the trivet we like to use on the bottom is onions and carrots. Now you can use a metal trivet. I am not going to criticize anybody who does. I'm just showing you the trivet that we use, because this then turns into lovely gravy at the end and gives us good flavors. Now on top of that, we'll sit it. Now what's the correct way to sit it? That or that? The big debate. We'll go this way. Although it'll fit in a lot of ovens the other way. It really depends if you've got a tall enough oven. You can flip it up the other way. Into there we'll add 1 stock cube at the moment, because we will bring water up to the bottom of that roast. But the thing that we like to use is dripping, homemade dripping, and we will smear that all over the top. Now, this is a beautiful roast from our local butcher here, Fair Dinkum Meats in Emerald. They supply great quality beef for us. And the flies are here today saying g'day as well. Now, this dripping will then go in and also help with the good flavour on our gravy. Also putting some butter on. All this fat, but geez, does it taste good at the end. Just remember, for roast, we'll do most of our cooking from the top down, not from the bottom up. This is a 2.5 kilo roast, so it'll be on for around that 2.5 to 3 hour mark. We're actually cooking for some camp oven friends tonight, so it's going to get judged. So we've got to get this right. Into this goes our water. I just want to cover the bottom of this, and we'll keep an eye on it. Let's just let that simmer away. We don't want to bake the bottom of it crispy. We just want all that to just break down in the bottom, the carrots and the onions. And we may need to top that up later. Now if you haven't got dripping in that, just give it a good coating with some oil, salt and pepper on it, whatever other spices you want to add. And hour a kilo is the rough reel. So we'll now stick this on and let it start, and do our veggies a bit later. It's nice, we haven't got too much heat underneath. I might just let it rotate. Now the roast has been on for about 1.5 hours, so we've probably got 1 hour to 1.5 hours left to go. So potatoes first. Now I like my potatoes crunchy, so we will show you the secret to crunchy potatoes. Now you can use oil if you like, and we've got 2 ways that we do it. One, we also roll in flour, but today we're using duck fat. We try and use duck fat as much as we can if it's available for our potatoes. Now they've been cut up into roast potato sizes. I like it to just cover the bottom. I don't like them stacked up. Now you've got to have the luxury of having more than one oven, otherwise your potatoes now will go in your oven with your meat around the outside first. We probably like them on half an hour before our other roast veggies, but we've got the luxury of more than one oven. So the potatoes are in, and we'll put duck fat in here and give these a good coating with duck fat. Now you don't have to use duck fat, you can use just an oil. Give them a good coating. This is a 12-inch Billman's oven today. Now one little forgiving thing for tricks in case you get too much heat on the bottom is, have a close look in here. If your potato's flat on the bottom like that, it's hard to get under it and give them a toss around later on. It's likely to stick and more likely to burn like that. Try and put them so that the rounded side is to the bottom, so that they're not like like a suction cap to the bottom. That is a very forgiving method, and if you do get extra heat, you've only got a little bit that's touching that's going to get that little bit more burnt, and the rest of it will just brown. So they're all on the rounded side, bottom down. That's how I love to start them off with. And for the potatoes, 20-30% under at the start, and I might put no more under at the start, and we'll just keep piling the heat on top. And to get crunchy potatoes, there's just an enormous amount of heat on the top, and just keep that heat going. If you've got good coals, you can have these roasted in 30-40 minutes. Just some salt and pepper over the top now, and we'll put these on the coals. So you really got to know how much heat your coals are putting out as to the timing of putting these on. You can kind of keep them crunchy without them going sweating if they cook before you're ready, but we try and time it so these are crunchy perfect as we're ready to serve. Now we're just giving a few things a bit of a touch-up seasoning here at the moment, so we've got a bit on the go. We'll just stick these out on the edge here, sit that there, and we'll do some coals top and bottom. We'll start things off good. This is a cold oven we're going into. It's not preheated at all. And that's 175 mil off the ground there if you're wondering the height of those stands. This is what I like to call the third part of a roast meal, and that is the rest of the veggies. And it's a pretty simple process with these. We have roasted beetroot today, pumpkin, onion, carrots. We'll cover the bottom. This is a 13-inch oven, and just the tiniest bit of oil. We've still got a little bit of duck fat here, so that's what it'll be. Not very much, just a coating around, and I kind of pretty much have no heat on the bottom for these veggies. I just heat the top up, and that is all that's required. Notice the little slit crosshairs in your onions. That helps with those staying together and not busting open on you. Now there'll be no worries about anything sticking, because like I said, we'll just load the top up now. I'll put a bit of salt and pepper on the top of that. Now this is the potatoes, so I'm just going to slide them across to no heat on the bottom. Put these there because there's probably a little bit of coals left, a little bit of heat still to come off the bottom there. We haven't got too much. Yeah, I can hold the hand there for 7 seconds. I'd be able to. So we'll just load the top up now. Give you a quick look at these potatoes. Now I've just given these a bit of a stir. Usually we'd like to give them a stir touch earlier. There's just a couple of them that wanted to rip to the bottom. If you give them a stir early enough while they've firmed, you don't have that problem then. They won't have that little thin layer that might want to stick to the bottom. And for them, it's just continuing to keep heat on the top now. We've got none on the bottom at all. It's just all top heat on both these lots of veggies now. And they'll brown up nicely. I'm pretty sure the roast will be done. Yeah, it's just maintaining its heat now. And we'll make that gravy soon. But yeah, it's cooked. Flour into, we've removed, relatively got rid of most of what we had in the bottom here, and now we will just fry off this flour. So I'm going to put it over here onto a fair bit of heat now just to do this flour off. Bit of intense heat for a short period will get the job done. It's all browned off. The flour has all browned off. We'll just put back in now what we took out before. And I like to give it a good mix here before I put too much liquid in to help break that flour down so it doesn't become lumpy. Put a heap of liquid in too early, you got more of a chance of it being lumpy. Now in our big catering jobs, we will just pull out the electric whisk and give it a good tune up. And we're doing 10-15 litres of it. Now we're just adding water. And we need to bring this back to the boil. And then simmer it away till we're ready to serve up. You can see it's quite thick. Because we have those carrots and onions in there, that's why we like to hit it when we're catering big amounts with the electric whiz. Blend all that up nice and smooth. Pretty much salt and pepper. Now we're going to have a lot of gravy, a lot more than what we're going to need tonight. We'll have plenty of leftover gravy. You just keep whisking this and we will bring it to the boil and add a bit more water if I think it's too thick. And add salt and pepper, that's it. Just had the meat resting here in this little 10-inch oven, keeping warm. There's some good juices in the bottom of this too. I'd like to add to my gravy now. Just get this out.